The MMA world is once again rocked by a wave of uncertainty surrounding one of the sport's most dominant and captivating figures, Khamzat Chimaev. Just as the highly anticipated matchup between Chimeave and Robert Whittaker's protege, Dricus du Plessis, was set to take place at UFC 319, new reports have emerged that have left fans and analysts concerned about Chimaeve's readiness for the fight. The first cracks in Chimaeve's armor began to show when his teammate, UFC lightweight contender Arman Zagarian, commented on the Chechen fighter's performance dips in recent fights. Zagarian suggested that Chimaeve's tendency to slow down is not due to poor cardio, but rather a result of his brutal weight-cutting regimen, which leaves him drained and compromised. However, the real bombshell came from another one of Chimaeve's teammates, Ivan Stokov. In a recent interview, Stokov expressed serious doubts about whether Chimaev will even make it to the cage to face du Plessis. Stokov's comments hinted at the possibility of Chimaev pulling out of the fight entirely, citing concerns about the Chechen's health and preparedness. Honestly, I don't think Khamzat will be able to handle DDP as easily as he did Usman and Whittaker, Stokov stated. We saw with both of those guys how even a small difference in size and strength can make a big impact. Kamaru had enough physicality to keep him in check, but DDP is a different challenge. He's not an easy guy to take down or control. He knows how to manage the cage, wrestle well, defend solidly, and is physically very strong with excellent cardio. He's a freaking tank. Stokov's grim assessment of Chimaev's readiness for the du Plessis fight has sent shockwaves through the MMA community. The undefeated Chechen has been touted as a potential future champion, with his dominant performances against the likes of Kamaru Usman and Robert Whittaker cementing his status as one of the most feared fighters in the sport. However, the recent comments from his own teammates have raised serious concerns about Chimaev's physical and mental state. The weight-cutting issues and the possibility of a pullout have cast a dark cloud over the highly anticipated matchup, leaving fans and pundits alike uncertain about the future of this fight. In a surprising twist, the UFC has already lined up a potential replacement for Chimaev in the form of Nassourdine Imavov. The French Dagestani fighter has been confirmed as the official backup for the UFC 319 main event, ready to step in should Chimaev be unable to compete. Imavov, who has been steadily climbing the ranks in the middleweight division, would undoubtedly relish the opportunity to face the formidable du Plessis. The bout would present a significant challenge for the rising star, but it would also provide him with a chance to catapult himself into the upper echelon of the division. As the MMA world waits with bated breath for an official update on Chimaev's status, the narrative surrounding this fight has taken an unexpected turn. The concerns raised by Chimaev's own teammates have added a layer of uncertainty that could ultimately reshape the landscape of the middleweight division. In a separate development, Sean O'Malley has once again caught the attention of MMA fans with his surprising desire to train with the legendary Khabib Nurmagomedov and his team at their gym in Dagestan. During a recent interview with Daniel Cormier, another longtime teammate of Nurmagomedov, O'Malley admitted that he would love the opportunity to get a few training sessions in with the Dagestani fighters. The bantamweight contender believes that even a brief stint training with Khabib's camp would significantly elevate his game. However, O'Malley is well aware of the challenges that come with gaining access to the Nurmagomedov gym. The team is known for its strict cultural guidelines, with one infamous example being the punishment of a Dagestani fighter for having long hair. Another high-level fighter, Corey Sandhagen, had to refuse training there because he was asked to cut his hair. Given O'Malley's signature hairstyle, it's highly unlikely that he would be welcomed with open arms by the Dagestani camp. Nonetheless, the idea of training with Khabib and his team has clearly captured the imagination of the rising bantamweight star. It'd be cool to be in the same room, train with them, be a part of their sessions someday, O'Malley said. Khabib is an absolute legend. It would just be, how many tricks and little tips and stuff you could learn from them in one session. It'd be cool to do. Probably will never do it. Not going to Dagestan. You're like, I ain't going to welcome there. O'Malley's comments have sparked further intrigue among MMA fans, who are eager to see if the charismatic fighter will indeed find a way to cross paths with the Nurmagomedov team in the future. The potential for cross-pollination of styles and techniques could prove invaluable for O'Malley as he continues his pursuit of UFC gold. In another compelling storyline, Jamal Hill is gearing up for his upcoming clash with Khalil Rountree Jr. in Azerbaijan, a fight that he sees as a crucial step in his redemption journey. Hill, a former title challenger, is determined to reinsert himself into the conversation for a shot at the light heavyweight championship. The fight against Rountree Jr. holds personal significance for Hill, as he has hinted at a past interaction with his opponent at the gym, suggesting there is some history between the two. This isn't just another fight with the UFC touching down in Azerbaijan, Hill said. The entire Caucasus will be tuned in. Beyond the Rountree Jr. matchup, Hill has his sights set on avenging his losses to the likes of Alex Pereira and Yuri Prochazka, the current light heavyweight champion. Hill knows that a dominant performance against Rountree Jr. could propel him back into the title picture, especially with the uncertainty surrounding the Pereira-Prochazka rematch. I want them all. I want them all equally, Hill said, referring to his potential future opponents. I got smoke for each one of them equally. As the MMA world continues to be captivated by the ongoing sagas, the uncertainty surrounding Khamzat Chimaev's readiness for the du Plessis fight, Sean O'Malley's aspirations to train with the Nurmagomedov camp, and Jamal Hill's redemption journey, the stage is set for another thrilling chapter in the sport's ever-evolving narrative.